Hello and welcome. I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. So let's say that you're playing Crusader Kings 2 and you feel like there's a few things that you'd like to change about the game, but you're afraid to go into the game files and make changes because you might break the game or change your checksum and maybe ruin the game for future patches or multiplayer games. Well, I'm going to show you how to quickly create your own custom mod that you can make any changes you want and then disable it later if you want to revert them. So in order to create a mod, it's actually very easy to do. All we're going to need to do is pull up a search file here. I'm going to use search everything so that I can locate my Crusader King 2 directories. There are two separate directories that we're going to need to use in order to create our mod. The first is going to be wherever you've installed the game. Now I used Steam, so it's going to end up in my Steam directory under Steam Apps/Common. The second directory that we need is going to be in your Users, Your Name, Documents, Paradox Interactive folder. And so I'm actually going to open both of these up, and we'll put them side by side so you can see what I'm doing. Let's go ahead, we'll make this one take up half the screen, and we'll make this one take up the other half. So on the right here, we have your My Documents, Paradox Interactive, Crusader Kings 2 file. And this is where mods are stored. So here we can see the keyboard shortcuts mod that I have right there. Now, in order to create a mod, all we need to do is create a new folder, and let's say we want to call it My Mod, and we just need to put files into this folder that we want to be different from the base of the game. So let's open up our folder, and on the left here we've got the actual game files themselves. Now, one of the most common files that people change is going to be under Common, and it's this defines.lua file. Now, if we wanted to make changes to it, we could open it up and make some adjustments here, but if we did it out of the game directory itself, we're actually changing the game's files. So we would get a new checksum, and we could have sync problems with multiplayer. So instead of changing the actual game files, instead, let's create a copy. Now, if I wanted to, I could create a copy over here and then edit this file. But that's not going to make the mod work because the mod and the game itself expect to find this defines.lua file in the common folder. So if we want our mod to work, we actually need to go back one level and copy the entire common directory. That maintains the file hierarchy that the game expects. Now we can go into common, and we could go into the defines.lua file and make the changes that we wanted to make. And if we wanted to, we could keep all these other files here too, and that wouldn't affect the game at all because they're the same as the game expects. But if instead we were to go through and delete these files so that the only file that's in this folder is the defines.lua, the game is going to read our defines.lua and all of the other files from the normal game directory. This helps keep your mod small if you do plan on sharing it with anybody or putting it on the Paradox forums so that they don't have to download the same files that are already part of their game. So now we can open up this defines.lua, this is our copy in our My Mod folder, and make the changes that we want to make. So let's just say that, for example, I think that truces should cost more prestige to break. It's too easy to break a truce. I'm going to bump it up to 300. And I think the short reign penalty should be stricter. I'm going to make it take 12 years now. And I don't think people should get a long reign bonus until they've been in power for 15 years. And while we're at it, let's double the size of our demesnes so we can have a larger realm, or demesne, or however you pronounce that. I'm still trying to figure it out. And maybe Gavelkind succession should be a little bit, more of a bonus. And so let's say that those are the changes that I want to make, and that's all. Now I just need to click Save and Close, and that's it. That's really all there is to creating a mod, is modifying a few files in the text. Now in order to get the mod to work, though, we need to go back up to this file folder here, and we now need to tell the game what mod we have and how it works. So we need to create a .mod text file. So let's create a new text file. And let's call it the same thing we called our actual game right here. So my mod is a text file telling the game that this is the folder that I've created. Now in order for this to work, I'm going to use my keyboard shortcuts as a template. Let's just copy paste this one into my mod. So name is going to tell it what do we want to call the mod in the interface. So we'll call it my mod. Path is where is the mod located. Again, since I'm using the same name in every single spot, it's going to be in the mod folder in then my mod folder. So I'm telling the game that there's a mod in this folder called my mod. So I think I'm done, right? I go and I open it up. Well, shoot, it's still not showing up here. This is a common mistake or problem I think a lot of new modders make, and that's that I've created a text file to tell it where to go, but this isn't technically a .mod file. This is a .txt file. So you might need to go into your control panel, go into folder options, view, and then scroll down to hide extensions for known file types. Click apply. Now I can see, yes, this is a .mod file, this is a .text file. Well, let's fix that. Let's change it to .mod. It's going to warn you that you might be making the file unusable, but we've just created it, so I think we're okay. Now I've correctly identified it as a mymod.mod file. So now, when I go to open the game, my mod will appear. And all I need to do is check that box and click Start. And any changes that I've made are going to be in the game. If I ever feel like I need to disable it, or if I want to go play multiplayer with someone who doesn't have my mod, I can just turn it off. So that's all there really is to making a mod. I thought the information would be helpful. And if you like the information, you think that it's useful to you, do comment or subscribe. I post videos daily, and I'd definitely like to see some more people participating in our conversations. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this was helpful to you. I'll talk to you or see you later.